Hey everybody, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. Quite a day. Thank you everybody for all your well wishes for Sarah and her family, and for Pepper, who is not so well, but he had a good life and he's much loved. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to pull up Garland's. Joyce says Garland's going to make a 5-minute statement and not take questions. Let's pull up C-SPAN. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which provides food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. Attorney, okay, here we go. Why are you not watch live? I'd like to. It's supposed to start in a minute. Come on, C-SPAN, work with me here. Puzzling. Oh. Revolution Ricky says, and the star of the show, the inspiration behind the Rolling Stones song Start Me Up, Boo Boo's and Kitty. Yes, he is. He's sleeping right here on a big pile of his bed and blankets and everything. So thank you. I'm glad you like the hat. I've had it for a while. I'm looking for an excuse to wear it. I just figured today would be a good day. We could use some little uplifting bling. And I don't know, something about it I'm feeling particularly American today. Anyway, I mean, that's got to be an American hat. I mean, really, isn't it? All right, what's up? What's up, C-SPAN? Work with me here. It's just, maybe I can find another link. Well, that's most vex. Oh, no, here we go. The room's still empty. And I'll do this, and I'll share this. So you can present, share screen. Zoe says, that is the hat of bling, isn't it? American bling. Lisa says, Mars went direct today. Wear the hat. Yes. All right. One Nang says, I think it's a general holiday hat. There we go. Electra Storm says they interrupted my soaps for this press conference. It's on regular TV. Ooh. He's going to make a 5-minute statement, and if he comes out and it's all about Joe Biden, and if he has a Comey Light moment here, I'm going to go fuego. Thank you so much, Judy. Here we go. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm here today to announce the appointment of Robert Hur as a special counsel pursuant to Department of Justice regulations governing such matters. In keeping with those regulations, I have today notified the designated members of each House of Congress of the appointment. I'm joined today by John Lausch, the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, who conducted the initial investigation into the matter that I will describe today. On the evening of November 4th, 2022, the National Archives Office of Inspector General contacted a prosecutor at the Department of Justice. It informed him that the White House had notified the archives that documents bearing classification markings were identified at the office of the Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement, located in Washington, D.C. That office was not authorized for storage of classified documents. The prosecutor was also advised that those documents had been secured in an archives facility. On November 9th, the FBI commenced an assessment consistent with standard protocols to understand whether classified information had been mishandled in violation of federal law. On November 14th, pursuant to Section 600.2B of the Special Counsel Regulations, I assigned U.S. Attorney Lausch to conduct an initial investigation to inform my decision whether to appoint a special counsel. Mr. Lausch has served as the U.S. Attorney in Chicago since 2017. Before that, he spent more than a decade as an assistant U.S. Attorney in that same office. I selected him to conduct the initial investigation because I was confident his experience would ensure that it would be done professionally and expeditiously. On December 20th, President Biden's personal counsel informed Mr. Lausch that additional documents bearing classification markings were identified in the garage of the president's private residence in Wilmington, Delaware. President Biden's counsel informed Mr. Lausch that those documents were among other records from the period of the president's service as vice president. The FBI went to the location and secured those documents. On January 5th, 2023, Mr. Lausch briefed me on the results of his initial investigation and advised me that further investigation by a special counsel was warranted. Based on Mr. Lausch's initial investigation, I concluded that under the special counsel regulations, it was in the public interest to appoint a special counsel. In the days since, while Mr. Lausch continued the investigation, the department identified Mr. Herr for appointment as special counsel. This morning, President Biden's personal counsel called Mr. Lausch and stated that an additional document bearing classification markings was identified at the president's personal residence in Wilmington, Delaware. When I first contacted Mr. Lausch about this matter, he said he could lead the initial investigation, but would be unable to accept any longer-term assignment because he would be leaving the department in early 2023 for the private sector. U.S. Attorney Lausch and his team of prosecutors and agents have conducted this initial investigation with professionalism and speed. I am grateful to them. Earlier today, I signed an order appointing Robert Herr as special counsel for the matter I've just described. The document authorizes him to investigate whether any person or entity violated the law in connection with this matter. The special counsel will not be subject to the day-to-day supervision of any official of the department, but he must comply with the regulations, procedures, and policies of the department. Mr. Herr has a long and distinguished career as a prosecutor. In 2003, he joined the department's criminal division, where he worked on counterterrorism, corporate fraud, and appellate matters. From 2007 until 2014, Mr. Herr served as an assistant U.S. attorney for the District of Maryland, where he prosecuted matters ranging from violent crime to financial fraud. In 2017, Mr. Herr rejoined the department as the Principal Associate Deputy Attorney General. In 2018, he was nominated and confirmed to serve as a U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland. As U.S. Attorney, he supervised some of the department's more important national security, public corruption, and other high-profile matters. I will ensure that Mr. Herr receives all the resources he needs to conduct his work. As I have said before, I strongly believe that the normal processes of this department can handle all investigations with integrity. But under the regulations, the extraordinary circumstances here require the appointment of a special counsel for this matter. This appointment underscores for the public the department's commitment to both independence and accountability in particularly sensitive matters, and to making decisions indisputably guided only by the facts and the law. I am confident that Mr. Herr will carry out his responsibility in an even-handed and urgent manner and in accordance with the highest traditions of this department. Thank you all.
Have you ever spoken to the president about this investigation, sir?
Sorry, I was muted. And he didn't mean to, but he slammed the door on his way out. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, we're not particularly happy campers around here today, but we're gonna get through this. B. Smith, what specific cards you get or not is not as important as what you think they mean. Yep, Joyce, you did. Told you 5 minutes, no questions, and he's out. Slam. Yeah. Sorry, I just have 2 little bits here that were. Seems like I always end up doing my nails on days like this, so I start feeling like the black cat. You know, in the GIF. Yeah, sharpening his claws. All right. Well, here we go. Kathy Hudson, trucker. Yeah, it's very with the bling and the red, white, and blue, and yes, this is the most American hat. I love this thing. Anyway, I understand everybody's upset. So, as Ellie says, I have to admit, I love the way he just walks off. Yes. Yeah. All right. That was okay. Let's do some readings on that at 11 minutes in. Let's do. Actually, I think I'm going to. I won't tilt the camera down, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do an overload Celtic on this. Now, what's interesting astrologically, the moon went into Cancer this morning. Big deal. It's happy there, but okay, it changes every couple of days. So, but the only serious astrological aspect that came up today is that the oh no, I take it back. It went into Virgo. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm so sorry. Mars went direct. Thank you. You guys mentioned earlier. I was like, why is this the same Mars went direct? Because I was looking at the wrong thing. Mars went direct today. That's the big deal. That's the big deal. Things moving forward. Things that were backed up moving forward. People asking, thank you, Carolyn, but people are asking, were they things planted? Were, what's going to happen? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put down a whole lot of cards today. So we're going to see what we can get. And thank you for being here. We go through this together. That's kind of how this works. We meet up and we deal with things and we keep on trucking. All right. All right, Biden secret document. And thank you again, Judy. Thank you. Makes a huge difference. All right, Biden. Really? Really, Garland? This is what we're doing, huh? Cards flying everywhere. Kathy Hudson says, I saw what you did there. Good. 10-4, good buddy. I'm kidding, of course. All right. Okay, that's one more here, 3 here. Biden dog. Oh, this energy is fraud. Because now this becomes a thing. I understand why he's doing this. I understand, that makes sense to me. Because they want to pull the Band-Aid off as quickly as they can, but why didn't they do something? Why are they doing something now and they didn't do something in November when this happened? Even if it is nothing, it's just, secrets. Look, I realize he was a great judge. I understand Garlic. I understand Garland was a great judge. But part of his job is PR. Part of any outward-facing job is PR. And his is terrible. I don't know who he has advising him or if he's just not listening to his advisors. But what the heck are you thinking? Everyone's equal under the law. Really? Really? Donald Trump's still swanning around in Florida. I am not happy about this. I know some of you aren't either. And I do try to keep things calm, but I'm not going to just be, I am very spiritual. My beliefs fall in under the heading of New Age. But if you're looking for, we must all live in constant peace and gentleness and all. No, we're in the world. And sometimes we have to stand up and use our voices, use them peacefully, but stand up and use our voices. And my voice, I'm out there saying, no, that orange blankety blank is swanning around in Florida after everything he did. And you come out here and you tell us you've appointed a special counsel against the president, against Joe Biden. You had all that time when you were looking at Trump. And then you suddenly just go, well, you know what? We'll just give it to a special counsel instead. So you didn't act. And then you hand it off to somebody else. But you don't hand it off early. No, he didn't hand this off back then. He hands this off years down the road. And now we're waiting on Jack Smith. And now something else has come up and he's like, all right, special counsel. Special counsels are almost exclusively called when there is talk of a criminal enterprise, a criminal action. This just plays right into the politics. Congratulations. Congratulations, Garland, on your Comey Light announcement. Valerie Sargent is saying, I think the message is that this will be investigated in an unbiased way. True. To prove to the Americans that the DOJ is not biased. But this is going to float in the ether forever. Exactly. He's not in the Federalist Society, Regina. Susan saying executive privilege. Biden's been very cooperative. So let's see what the cards have to say, because right now it's just interesting what you keep secret and don't when, and then Trump inspires more crimes, more violence, more garbage while you're humming and hawing. And they cannot tell me that they don't have enough evidence of a crime to arrest Donald Trump for pick something. For all the crime he's done, you're trying to tell me there's nothing that you can arrest him for. Bullpucky. Center of the reading. Government. Hanging above this. Ten of Cups. 9. Well, this is a happy family, Democrats, but this is a victory for the far right. That's what's hanging over this. Be grateful, I agree. Years ago, they had enough evidence. Hermit and 5 of Pentacles are on the bottom. Yes, those on the far right, those involved in the January 6th insurrection, etc., etc., they're in bad shape. I like this hat, but I'm having trouble. with it. The people on the far right, they are coming under all kind of scrutiny too. They're legally in trouble, but they just went into the 118th Congress, and the insurrectionists are in charge of the House of Representatives. and you're crossing what T's and dotting what I's, you don't have enough, right? People are put in prison for years over doing a single thing that these people have done multiple things of, but they're still swanning around. And Matt Gaetz is still swanning around. I believe we will get through this. I do not believe we're going to lose our democracy. But I'm not going to stand here and be all rainbows and sunshine right now. I'm not happy. What were we talking about, Warrior Witch? We're talking about Garland came out and has appointed a special counsel to look into the Joe Biden documents. My man says it feels a bit hopeless. It's not hopeless. It's absolutely not hopeless. Not at all. And we're going to get through this, and we're not going to lose our democracy. But I don't have to be happy about this, and I'm not going to pretend I am. So they have ripped the Band-Aid off, and then they're going to, hopefully, they're hoping it falls out of the news. But this is all the right's going to talk about for ages. And as far as Joe Biden with those documents, I'm also not the person to talk to if they're expecting me to just completely be okay with that. No. And if there has been a crime, he needs to be prosecuted for it. If there isn't a crime, he needs to be exonerated. And that's that. That's just it. I agree, Rachel. It's not hopeless, but it's frustrating. No, I agree with that. Deborah says, so at this point, what do we the people do? We just do what we can. That's voting, that's speaking out, that's praying, that's organizing. If there's any kind of reasonable civil action, if at some point we get protests or something. I mean, there are peaceful things we can do. I'm 100% peaceful here. 100%. Do not get me wrong. But I'm not happy about this. In the past, well, we thought the far right would be on the defensive. I mean, when the guy, I never remember his name. The guy with the foul mouth, telling it like it is, who had the big panda painting behind him during the January 6th interviews. He said something like, I'm going to give you the best free legal advice you've ever had. Get a lawyer, right? He was right. And those people were saying, we're going to get arrested tomorrow. You know, we're going to get arrested within days if we go through with this. So why weren't they? Anyway, so, yeah, anyway. All right, home environment. What kind of pressure is he under? Garland would be an amazing Supreme Court justice. I don't know that he handles this kind of pressure well. This particular kind of pressure well. You throw law minutia in front of him, he's there. He's on it. He's all over it. But in home environment, I've got a tower. He feels stressed. Hopes and fears that the legal system will fail. The legal system will be okay if you use it. What other people see. You have evidence. It's right. You have so much evidence. It's all laid out. It's cataloged. The challenge This guy feels like it's the Republican. They're dancing around, trying to, let's not talk about George Santos. Let's not do this. We'll talk about Merrick Garland and Biden. You've given us weeks or months worth of talking points. Yeah. Near future 1 and 2. Near future 1. Oh, yeah. Far right, they're going to. Hal Sparks. He watches clips that far right echo chamber people put out, and he watches them in real time the whole way through, and he stops and he makes comments along the way. And so he'll jump back and forth between, here's Ben Shapiro. We watch a thing with Ben Shapiro. On the worst days, we have to listen to Russell Brand. Oh, I can't. I just can't. I skip those. I just can't. Glenn Beck, all of this kind of stuff. And he's usually saying, oh, there's so much. I can't get through everything. He's going to have no time. This man now has job security like nobody's business. These are the people on the far right, but do not underestimate the Democrats. All right. Okay. I'm getting that. That's fine. Final outcome. Biden document mess. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. That's Biden, Kamala Harris, the end. All right. This is feeling, it will be revealed that things were okay. There are good days ahead. There really are. It's just not a good way to go about this. All right. So, Anne says this is going to be a long winter. Yes. Kelly says Trump's playbook works if you can afford it. Valerie says, I love watching Hal. He's so clever. Yes, he does have a lot of facts on his side. He's what the current price of a barrel of oil is. He knows it. He knows all this stuff. That's good. And he has some cute characters he does. Because he does the is it Twitch? Where it'll like turn your face into, like, it'll make your mouth big or make you look like a hillbilly or whatever. He does a bunch of those. So Roxy Rocky says, why isn't time of the essence here when indicting Trump? Judy Barr says we just stubbed our toe. Yes, Anna Ficus. Darren says if Biden is booted out, VP Harris will become president. That might not be a bad thing. Wouldn't break my heart. Polly Wanda, how many times can I say I love your brain? The snails of justice need a laxative to get moving. All right. Yeah, it's absolutely, Valerie, positive. Biden is found not guilty. Trump will be found guilty simply due to the level of investigations and the process of turning over the documents. Yeah. 19 Stein says Biden is not going to get kicked out. Is Biden going to get kicked out? Let's look. 29. I don't think he should be, but that's not what I'm here to. I'm not here to make the stuff happen. Out of office. The likelihood of the House impeaching him has just gone up. So there'll be that incredible waste of time and taxpayer money, because he's not going to get. He'll be impeached, but they won't. The Senate's not going to kick him out. Just not. Polly Wanda, this is my pleasure. All right, Biden. It was 30. Let us take pity on those watching on replay. Biden going to get removed from office. No. The energy was just like, no. Okay. CC Ryder says there's no way a Democrat-controlled Senate will convict him. Mm-hmm. Linda Johnson says if Harris was to become president, would McCarthy become vice president? I cannot remember. That's the kind of stuff, if you asked me when I was not on camera, I'd remember, probably. But you put me on camera, all this going on in my long-term storage just goes, huh? Page of Wands. Far right talking point. Frida Smith says a sitting president can't be charged, I thought. Oh, we're not talking about him being charged. We're talking about the House impeaching him and the Senate possibly removing him, which I don't see happening, but far right, Republican, far right. It actually feels like they just push this and push this and push this and push this, and it just feels like they just kind of fall off a cliff here. Like the burden of all of this over and over and over, and it's not getting them anywhere. It just feels like he just walks right off a cliff with that burden. We are going to get through this. Thank you, Miss Cat M. Yes, thank you. I'll tell Sarah about all your good wishes and your prayers. Much appreciated. Especially her, but also her foster kids. It was a real, Corky was a real anchor for them. So thank you. Joyce says, Autumn says not to worry so I can move on with my day. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Ricky says, I am not a happy camper. Trump is sitting on his rear end doing his buffoon boogie dance. Committed crimes, yet Biden has few documents in his desk while Trump has boxes. Yep. Susan is asking, do you think it's a backwards Democratic strategy? I don't know what you mean, I'm afraid. Knight of Pentacles. Republicans being the far right, stirring things up. Legal crickets, but they keep talking about it. If it was up to Marjorie Taylor Greene, she put in legislation, or rather bills, however it's done. She put in papers to impeach Joe Biden every 45 days for the last 2 years or whatever. It's up to her, yeah, but I've got legal crickets here. And the far right is spitting mad. I'm getting mental images of a metaphor of various legislature, and they're like foaming at the mouth because they're just so angry, and some of it's just for the cameras, but they're just stirring things up, but they don't seem to be getting very far. Regina is asking, did the National Archives ask for the documents back from Biden like they did with no, they didn't have to. As soon as they were found, the lawyers who found them closed the folders, called the White House. The White House said, eek, called the National Archives immediately, said, please go get that. And the lawyers handed over boxes of stuff that was there because they did not want to risk seeing too much. They were like, here, National Archives, you figure out if there's more classified information in there. You figure out what's all in there. So Blue Eye says this is all rubbish. I'm getting weary of Garland and his DOJ. Joyce says Harris better make sure she doesn't have any documents. But we're going to get through this. Kathy Lamson is saying, why didn't the archives know they were gone? That's what I was about to ask. At 35:30, yeah, 35:30. Why? Yeah, actually, Kathy Lamson asked this. Why isn't someone at the archives keeping track of what documents have been moved and why? Kelly was asking, do we need more archivists? Was their budget cut? Now that, I don't know about their budget, but I will ask, do we need more archivists? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this right now. There at 36:15. All right. All right. There we go. Deborah says my library knows when I have an overdue book. All right. National Archives. What the heck? Donna says Biden won't be removed. Well, I'm getting the Four of Swords, which is legal cricket. So yeah, it's not even close. Dr. Sart says every copy of any document marked classified must be accounted for. Yeah. I do know that there was a woman who was in charge of packing up Biden's stuff, and she's being questioned. National Archives. What are you doing? Oh, Beastman says, some days I feel so disheartened and I feel like the dark side is winning. But it's not ultimately. And that's a lot of why this channel exists. It's so we can go through the news together and we can voice our frustrations or, because it's gray area. We just keep to our principles and we build your house on the high road or next to the high road and you will have a good life. Not an easy life, but a good life. And that's what we do. We believe in democracy around here. We believe in nonviolence. We care about what happens to the country. We vote. We promote voting. We promote. Thank you, Fran. Thank you so much. Thank you. We promote being a good citizen. We promote civilization. And then we go and we try to keep the energy high so that we can go down into this muck, but then we can come back up again because we're not going to lose our democracy. We're not. And I hate to say it, but over the next decade, there's all kinds of stuff that's going to happen. There's going to be amazingly good stuff, and there's going to be some bad stuff too. And that's just life. But we're in it together, and we help each other. So here we are. National Archives. STAR. It feels like a government agency. Like I on the cover, I put Merrick Garland in as the King of Swords, which is a prosecutor. And I got transparent drawing of this seal of the Department of Justice, and I put that on, like stamps, like it was stamped, and that's kind of what that feels like. All right, Four of Cups, Justice, Three of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. All right, for what it's worth, again, I'm getting crickets. I'm getting legal crickets. On the right, they're not going to listen to reality. They're just not. They're going to have their talking points. No matter what happens, they're going to have their talking points. Meanwhile, what's actually going to happen is that this is going to go through a legal process. It's going to be looked at very, very carefully. Right in the center, I've got celebrating Democrats. We're going to be fine. And the Republicans come up short. But they still talk their game. And yeah. Talk. So, I don't believe they were left there purposefully. I mean, I'll ask if you'd like. 41. Oh, do they need more archivists? Oh, thank you, Oma Sheila. Thank you. I was going to, sorry, were they purposely left there? At 41, excuse me, 4130 were secret docs purposefully left in Biden's possession. Excuse me. Or planted, something like that. Apple says, yeah, just on at front desk. I'm afraid I don't know what you mean. Sorry. I agree. 19 Stallions, but let's have a look. Let's see. Were they purposefully left or planted? Were the documents purposefully left or planted? Insult to injury. Well, that would be quite the insult to injury. Hermit, King of Wands, Knight of Swords, Page of Wands, Queen of Wands. No. I'm just not. This action here, this is law enforcement. But this is going after Trump here, who kept these things for years and fought to give them back. And on the far right, they're going to make hay with that. But I'm not getting conspiracy here. I'm not getting illusion delusion. I'm not getting the devil. I'm not getting. So yeah, I'm not getting that. Sentinel says it's just strange. Hang on. Hello, Sentinel. It's just strange they were found just when we are going after Trump for the same thing. Fishy. Well, Warrior Witch said, did Biden just store them and forget about them? I'm confused. Well, there's a chance he didn't even see them. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Because it's stuff that was moved to his offices by his assistants, or assistants, plural, and stored, is my understanding. I could be wrong. Let's ask your question. Did Biden just store and forget about them? At 4430, did just store them and forget about them? Mainly, did he just forget? Like, oh yeah, they were there. Oh, that's right. Lady Eve asking, could they be planted? I just read on that. And I wasn't getting, no, I wasn't getting, it was planted. I have no idea what that means, Warrior Witch, I'm sorry. Did Biden just forget about them? Or was he just not involved? Thank you, Deborah. Thank you for praying for Sarah. All right, 4 of Cups. Refusal to listen to reason. 8 of Swords. High Priestess. 2 of Swords. 5 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. I'm not getting victories here for the right. Did you just forget about them? I don't know. It's probably more. This is also feels like women. So his assistant is a woman. It may have more to do with her. But over here, they're still trying to make hay out of this, and it's just not going to work. So that's what I'm getting. Heather Formosa says, I heard a comment from Biden that he didn't know what the documents were, and he wasn't going to ask. Sounds about right. Thank you, Lady Eva. Thank you for praying for Sarah. Joyce says, I heard there were personal items, including things from his son's funeral. Man. At the Volpe says, Biden is an attorney. They store everything. That's true. That's true. All right. Warrior Witch said, could be Biden cooperates with the investigation. They find there's no there. Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. Do I need to pull cards on, is Biden going to cooperate? He's already cooperating. So, So, shall we ask if George Santos is going to be booted out as he so richly deserves? Subi says Saturn will square Biden's Sun and Venus in March, I think. So, yeah. And that's the thing about Saturn. If you haven't done the work, if you haven't, it's the taskmaster, it's the nitpicker, it's the, yeah. So if it's going to be squaring his sense of self in March, then that's likely when this kind of stuff's going to come back up. There's all kind of stuff. March, buckle up for March. Pluto's going to enter Aquarius. Yeah. And I know some people, it's like they talk about Pluto entering a sign because it enters a sign, and then because it moves so slowly, it enters a sign and then it retrogrades back out of a sign. I can't remember. It is not going to go into a sign and stay in a sign. It always goes in, retrogrades out, and goes back in again. It retrogrades more often from our perspective than it does how fast it's moving. So really it's right around March 23rd that Pluto's going into Aquarius, and that's Aquarius is the 11th house. It's the house of Congress. It's the house of the collective. It's the house of rebellion, revolution, technology, big technology, and a lot of unexpected, out of the blue kind of things. Robotics, that kind of stuff. Yep, 23rd at Eastern time, 8:13 in the morning. But it will have an effect before that because, like I said, it moves so slowly. So, yeah, there's a lot coming up in March. So buckle up. We'll get through it. Marie Perez says, that's my birthday. Is that good or bad? It depends where it falls on in your chart, I'm afraid. Is it making good aspects to things? Is it not? Thank you, Azalea. So, all right. March 23rd. Yes, March 23rd is Aries. Okay. At 15 minutes in, let's look at the con man himself. Oh, no, not that con man. The other con man. No, not that con man. The other con man. No, well, no, not that con man. The other con man in the Republican Party. George Santos, yes. Okay. Will George Santos be booted out by Republicans in the near future? Lady Eva, the Ides of March are upon us. You're not wrong, but we'll see. We'll see. So, will George Santos be booted out? When the magician card goes very bad. And McCarthy, oh my gosh, I had to listen to McCarthy. I've had to listen to McCarthy this morning. I had to listen to his weekly briefing. Oh, the pain. Oh, the pain. You know, I mean, he's physically tall. For such a big guy, he really talks like the top of his sinuses. And he does that, certainly when he was talking to Hannity, he does that sing-songy talking to children thing that Trump does. Well, the Democrats have just been destroying the country, and but there are Republicans calling for George Santos to be booted. There are Republicans from New York, I believe, who are asking for George Santos to be booted. McCarthy has said that George Santos, he's not going to get access to anything classified, but we have to wait for the ethics in Congress to do whatever. And they are notoriously lenient and slow. Meanwhile, that means that McCarthy keeps that seat Republican, even though if it goes to a runoff, which will become huge and hugely expensive, because it's not a bright red district, and it could it could be a seat that the Democrats take back. The Emperor. Oh, he's such a con man. Oh, he's a con man. Five of Cups, Justice, Queen of Pentacles, Devil, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Oh, there they are on the right. The Republicans, they are harboring this fugitive. They are protecting this scum in their midst. Justice is coming. He thought this would protect him, but justice is coming. But the Republicans are doing everything they can to protect him because they want to protect the seat. You're going to regret that. Kings and queens who purposefully work to protect the devil, it doesn't end well for you. It never ends well for you. And Kelpie says, so says McCarthy, my significant other says McCarthy is a slick salesman with his voice and cadence. Okay. Twin Chris says, I'm liking the Justice and the Devil card in this reading. Yeah, I hear you. And that's awesome. That's awesome, Kelpie. Please don't think I'm knocking you or knocking your significant other. I think there are different views on this. And stand the guy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Azania says we need an AG with an Aries moon. My husband has an Aries moon. Emotional need to get it done. Take action. Oh, man. Anything else on George Santos? Thank you, Marby. Thank you. 19 Stallion says the longer Santa stays in, the more news it will be on him and point out the bad stuff he's doing. Because I believe even more will come out about him. Okay, Santos. I'm a little slow sometimes. What did Santa do? Oh, no. I bet I would not put it past the far right to haul Santa Claus in and him and his communist ideas. I could totally see it. And Jimmy Jim Jordan, you know, the human air horn just railing against Santa and his communist ways. And where exactly are you getting those toys? And Santa Claus just looking at Jimmy Jim and saying, at this rate, you're never going to get anything but a lump of coal, as you've been getting every single year. Socialism from Santa. Kelly says Santa's an authoritarian. Oh my gosh. Is Santa a good CEO or not? Let's discuss. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Darren says exactly. Aries sun here, moon in Cancer. I wish at times I had an Aries warrior moon. Probably good I don't have that. All right, strength. Everybody can see him. He's a clear and present danger, but it's like, yeah, that's the jerk right there. If there are words coming out of his mouth, he's trying to con you. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, Four of Swords, King of Wands. Oh my gosh, they're still going to protect him. They are going to protect. He's going to be in there longer than he should. Okay, 58 minutes. Is the Republican protection of Santos going to come back to This Cat Shepherd says, lump of coal, that's getting off easy. Sick 'em, Krampus. Yes, that's true, Kitty J. Jesus, the socialist. Yeah. Warrior Witch says, I got a dark as Scorpio moon. Ask me how much fun that is. Oh my gosh, that's good. Anne says, okay, bets on who lasts longer in Congress, Santos or McCarthy. I should ask that. That should be next. All right, Republicans, you're protecting this jerk when you should be kicking him out. Is this going to come back and bite you, McCarthy and ilk? Kitty J says, my Mars and Scorpio ain't a barrel of laughs either. Ricky says, all I know is I'm a Leo and I'm cool with it. I know it's just, you know, we all have these different energies that we're dealing with as individuals with our own charts. And it's just funny, you know, seeing both the good and the bad and us staying away from the bad in ourselves. So Ace of Pentacles, it's just going to come back and bite them. There are definitely some donors who are going to the Republican Party that are like, I'm not saying they won't, but they're not as feeling like they should send their money in as quickly. Scrutiny, silence. Yeah, the Republicans going after Biden and Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, all this other stuff. And you're sitting next to George Santos. People have eyes. I've got a hermit. He's not going to get access to stuff, which is good. And then here I've got Trump and some January 6th energy and some judgment down here. It feels like it's gonna hit them in the fundraising a little bit. Yeah. Wheezy squeeze boxes. I'm going back to ancient China. There's plenty of corruption there too. That's true. Yep. Anne says, I'm a Gemini and I'm depressed and hopeful. Dual natures, aren't they great? I like Dave said, the establishment Democrats think Jesus would wear a three-piece suit and want tax cuts and reside in a country club. I think you mean establishment Republicans think Jesus would wear a three-piece suit and want tax cut and reside in a country club. Yeah. Polly Wanda, yes, Republicans are fouling their own nest with Santos. Yes. All right, so let's see. Mrs. Katura says, I'm a Leo. All of us Leos aren't bad. Oh, did not mean to imply that you're anything but wonderful. Every sign is good and bad energy. Everything. All of it. Azalea says, we know ourselves. This is good. Carolyn says, I have a stellium in Scorpio, Jupiter, Neptune, Moon, and North Node. Help me. Oh, bless. That's a lot of intensity. Bless. Warrior Witch says, I have a Gemini mom, and that checks. I understand, Marcy. We're all very annoyed. We're all very annoyed today. Mm-hmm. No, Brissette, I'm not going to repeat it, but it's funny. All right, so I'm just checking. And it says a Capricorn fighting with get it done now and be patient. I don't quite understand. I'm sorry. Joanne says Aries here. Typical one too. All right, Lady Eva says I'm a Scorpio. I'm skeptical that Santos will not be held accountable until 24 when he gets completely walloped by Democrats. The ads will be glorious. Oh, you think he's going to be in that long? Lori says I'm a Cancer and a tidy mama bear. All right, so why don't we look at 104.30? Will Santos serve out his entire 2-year term? And then the question will be, who will last longer? McCarthy or Santos? But maybe I should ask them in reverse order. I'll ask them in reverse order. Anne says your horoscope is a blueprint. It gives you the plans It's how you build it with what you're given. It's up to you. Yep, 19 stallions. Every sign has a high road and a low road option. Yep. Let's make this 105.30. Who will last longer? McCarthy or Santos? Who will last longer? McCarthy as Speaker or George Santos in the House? Two sour, rotten tastes that you just want to spit them both out. But Santos, he's so awful. These people are just scumming up my cards. Mel Broussard says, do we have a 5-second roll for the House floor? Queen of Swords. Legislating, the group of them. Okay. McCarthy, U.S. Speaker. Hanged Man. This is not starting out well. Page of Pentacles. The weakest of the Republican court cards. And Three of Wands. What has been set in motion will come back to bite you. This will be the far right, putting in the one-person rule, etc. Santos. Oh, talking. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Removing him is going to be like removing a particularly strong little tick who has dug in. He's not going lightly. You're going to have a recall election. You're going to have everybody in the House go against him, and I don't think McCarthy's willing to do that. He's dug in. Yes, Ricky, it is a bad news day today. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. I think so. You know, I hope you know me by now. Bad things happen, but then good things happen too. Hanged Man. Again, I'm just going back to McCarthy here. Hanged Man, Page of Pentacles, TikTok. Of the two, he feels more stuck in. This feels like it's just a ticking time bomb on his speakership. For what it's worth. AJ says, perfect analogy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Marcy, let's call Brazil. Come pick up your guy. Mm-hmm. Lori Kimmerl is saying Trump now wants his special counsel removed from him. Has he said something? Francis, why isn't the DOJ looking into Santos crimes? I don't know if they are or they aren't. I don't know. J-Rod is saying, along with Michael Steele pointing out the documents difference, so is Karl Rove on Faux TV. He's pointing his finger at 45. Oh, yeah. The Karl Rove, Donald Trump ongoing fight. Go ahead. And says, can we ask McCarthy to vacate? You guys are gonna have to. We're gonna have to ask Google about that. I don't know if that's possible, but gosh, I hope so. Some questions they're not tarot. They're Google knows stuff like that. There are specific rules in place. So. Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Rhonda was wondering what Lindsey Graham is up to. My goodness, has he disappeared? Has anybody heard a peep out of him in months? Maybe he knows there are some problems. So what's Lindsey Graham doing? Especially since the report just came out from Georgia, from the grand jury in Georgia, and has gone to Fani Willis. CC Ryder says, I'm right on Karl Rove attacking Trump yesterday. Yes, I did. B. Smith says FEC is investigating Santos. He's been talking, says Deborah Johnson. Who's been talking? Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna read on the rancid mint julep himself. Worried about Georgia, Lindsey? Etha is saying the Federal Elections Commission is investigating Santos. The Long Island DA's office is investigating him. Yes, Tuxedo Cat. I haven't heard from Lindsey since his grand jury testimony. Suburban Housewife is asking, I keep wondering if there's bad blood between Garland and Biden. Really? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. Page of Cups, you are underestimating Mr. Graham. Senator Graham, you are underestimating the Democrats. You are estimating the Democratic side. You are underestimating Fani Willis. That's what that feels like. 10 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. 7 of Swords. Nervous. I'm getting very nervous energy. Thank you, Darren. He went in front of the grand jury. He had to talk. He's contemplating. What do I do? 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 He's trying to blame it on other people. He can try to blame it on others. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Ugh. I'm reading on this, but let me tell you, I'm getting typical Lindsey Graham energy, which is not nice. He is a conniving, untrustworthy, selfish, cold, blankety blank. 4 of Pentacles. It's also expensive to be involved in all this legal stuff. I would hope that, I would think the RNC, if they're paying for Trump, I would think they'd be paying some of Graham's legal bills too, but Page of Wands, 6 of Wands, 3 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. And again, Seven of Cups. Well, eventually we're going to be pleased. The insurrection, he's trying to hide. He's trying to spin the story. That's all I'm getting. I'm trying to figure out, will it succeed? And I'm just not getting that. And actually, my energy just kind of collapsed. I don't know why. So that's all I'm getting for Lindsey for right now. But thank you. Mel Broussard says, Lindsey reminds me of Snidely Whiplash without the mustache. Okay, I just got this pain right here above my third eye, sort of. It's odd. I'm fine. I read on certain people and their energy is so icky. Be gone. Be gone. All right. It is 1:29 here in Chicago. That's going to do it for me for today. But thank you so much for being here. And thank you for going through this with me. Tiffany Lilly says, my energy's been so low all day, so gloomy. I understand, but, we're in this together. You need a sparkly hat. We're going to be okay. We are. We're going to be okay. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this together. Hang in there. All right. And in 2 hours, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. Sarah's not going to be there today, but I will. We'll work on creative stuff. And other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow because I am here 365 days of the year. That's kind of how I roll. So thank you, everybody. Try to have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't let these idiots get you down. We're not going to lose our democracy. We really aren't. Okay? So hang in there. We are in this together. You are not alone. And there are good days ahead. All right, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thank you.